OBS updated. Stream Deck updated. And both of them updated wrong. So that's been a mess. Just trying to get the stream started. I'm just going to read some text messages we had come in. I think they're pretty funny, and then we'll go from there. See how it works out, guys. I don't know why everybody comes in and asks if it's live. If Facebook says live, it's live. It says in the top left corner. If YouTube says it's live, it's live. It says it on the timeline. I used to do it to troll people, but now I think people genuinely don't know when something's live. Maybe, I don't know. I stayed up late last night. If you were here, part of that stream, messing around playing video games, and then I slept. I mean, like I got quite a bit of sleep, but I felt like shit, to be honest with you. Just a couple more seconds here and we'll get started. I'm not going to be on very long. So if you want to watch for an hour or something, then that's cool. And if you don't, that's cool. I've got to get up early in the morning and take my dad to a couple doctor's appointments. He's got one that's like, we have to leave for it like at 8:30, so I have to get up at like 7 at least, have a shower and stuff. So somehow. I did have a lot of fun streaming. That video game's really fun. I've had a ton of fun, and I'm not even like a big Harry Potter fan. Like, I've seen the movies just because I saw the first one when I was in school, I guess. And then after that, I never saw any of them until like later on when I was an adult and just bored. So, but I have seen them. I have seen them since, like as an adult, not any time when they were new, just going back and watching them when I found them somewhere free, and they were pretty good. But I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan or like a nut or anything. But the game is pretty awesome. They did a good job making the game. We do have the charity stream coming up on the 10th. Don't forget, you want to be here for that. It's for a good cause, Hope for the Day, and we'll be doing that. And that'll be like it'll be a longer stream. It won't really be about grifters. We'll talk about other topics and different things. But it's pretty fun time. We do giveaways. We give some stuff away. Some people donated to do giveaways now. We have different levels where different things happen, and we'll do that. So make sure you're here on the 10th. And here we go. Let me kill this music. We'll get started. I can't even hear the music on my side because the stupid Stream Deck's messed up.
Hey everybody, it's Kim Cocold here. Listen up. I know I promised my family that I wasn't going to disclose any more of my God dreams. But this very important message came through and I have to tell you guys what's going on. Okay. In my God dreams, I was told
thanks,
very
Captain
clearly
Smartass,
that you must subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional. He's on YouTube and Twitch and all of the other ones. I don't know which. There's a lot of them. Subscribe and hit the bell, the notification bell, and hit the likes on it. Now listen, I don't like Cold Beer Confessional. I don't like Will Bird. I think he's an asshole. But you have to, you've got to do what God dictates in the God dreams. I fear the wrath of God, and so does Uncle Tessie. So subscribe to Cold Beer Confessional today. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much to Intel Lady. No glasses on today. I didn't even realize that, but I guess it's where I had to reboot. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bard. This is Cold Beer Confessional. I'm not going to be on here long. If you didn't hear before the show started, I've kind of felt bad today. I don't know. I stayed up late last night. I felt hungover. I really did. Like when I was young and used to drink all night, and the next day you just want to like lay around or whatever. Well, not when I was super young. I didn't even feel it the next day. But now, when I got through like my late 20s, I guess, or mid 20s, I just wanted to lay around all day. So I'd only do it on the weekends so I didn't have to work. And but hell, when I was in the Army, we'd drink all night and then run PT in the first thing in the morning. But I don't know. Maybe it's just getting old. I stayed up last night and played a video game because Mariah was busy. The kids weren't at the house. She was cleaning up, doing like a spring cleaning or whatever. And then I hung out at the office, stay out of her way, and played video games. And I went home and I slept. And I mean, I probably slept. It was broken up into like 3 segments, but I still probably slept over 8 hours. And still, man, I felt like shit. I just felt like shit. So I didn't do the Patreon show today. I'm not going to be on here long. I've got to be up in the morning about 7 a.m. to go do some stuff with my dad. I got to get him to the doctor's, a couple doctor's appointments today or tomorrow, and a couple doctor's appointments the day after. A lot of them are early, and some of them are in the afternoon. So I won't be streaming long tonight. We got some stuff I want to go over, though, because I thought it was funny. People have been forwarding me. KathyH, your favorite sea hag, is active. And now Carrie, SnaggleToof, is jumping on the train. So we could talk about all that. Let me change the screen around here. All right, welcome, everybody. Like I said, I'm Will Bird with the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. If you want to support the stream, the best thing you can do is like, share, follow, send it to somebody, comment, engage with the video, leave a comment down below, introduce yourself. If you've never commented before, we won't bite. After the video is posted, leave a comment, stuff like that. There's a group of people that come to like downvote everything we make, whatever. It's like 15 accounts or some shit. We do have a Patreon video to catch up on. I understand that. We'll get it. But I just didn't feel like doing it today. I didn't feel like doing anything. Honestly, I came to the office. I went and changed my dad's bandage and repacked his wound at like, I don't know, it's probably like 2 or 3 o'clock by the time I finally left. And then I came here, and man, it was all I could do. I had to turn off all the lights, and my headache got so bad. Lay my head down, and then found myself falling asleep. But I'm here now to read these messages, and that's probably what we'll do today. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to join us. The best thing you can do, like I said, is like, share, follow, subscribe, all those things, all those free things to do. That's all we ask. If you want to follow on more sites, which is always recommended because I will be banned from other sites, the best thing you can do is go to coldbeer.fun. At the very top of the page, it says support the Cold Beer Confessional. And down below that is my Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, and Discord. Follow all those that you can just in case we get banned or banned from multiple sites. So follow those. It's always a good idea. The people I've been here a long time will tell you sometimes I just disappear, and they'll literally be people like 2 years later will find my new channel, and they'll just pop up and be like, I just thought you quit doing YouTube. What? I did it every day for 2 years. Every day for 2 years, and you just thought I quit with no notice, no nothing, just disappeared. And that's just because they just found my new channel. So things change. We get banned. Channels go away. We make friends, and then those people disappear. So make sure you're following on multiple platforms. I will announce stuff like that, hopefully. So either way, we do what we can to stick around. If you want to support the stream financially, you can do that. The big one that we're pushing right now is DonoClip. It's the same price as Buy Me a Coffee, which is what most people use. But you can personalize it. You can add audio and video to it. It'll look like this. For $5, you can leave a short message, audio or video. It's a brand new service. They're working on it. I know people want like longer ones and want the ability to like flip the camera. Flip the camera is a big one that I'm in their Discord. It's like an invite-only Discord. I think they even call it something like the super secret server or some shit. I'm in their Discord, and that was one of the biggest suggestions. So yeah, flipping the camera, longer streams. I've got some stuff that I want on the back end. Like I want to be able to turn off or turn on where the mods can play it, because I don't want one of them like that's not approved to accidentally click right, but approved for stream and play are right beside each other. And I don't want one of them to accidentally click play it and it be something bad, by pure, I don't think they do it on purpose, but by accident. So there will be improvements coming to this. They're trying to tie it in. They're trying to get approval. What I heard from that server is they're trying to get together with Twitch to where you can use Twitch bits to activate it as well, or PayPal. I think that's the only two things it takes, PayPal and Twitch bits. Overnight, a lot of times, I turn it on when I'm not live. I turn this on for free. I haven't been the last few days just because I haven't been thinking about it. But I know there's some people from overseas as well. I saw a chat that said that they wanted to leave one, but it won't take their credit card or PayPal, or I don't know, whatever. A lot of times it's free overnight, so just check it. I'll try to remember to turn it on for free when I get done with the show tonight. But it's pretty fun. We also have a merch shop if you're interested. T-shirts, racerbacks, coffee mugs, pillows. I like the pillow the best. And stickers if you want any of that. I know there's some sticker orders outstanding right now. Those should be shipping out either Monday or Tuesday. Some people ordered last week. Thank you for those orders. And those will be going out shortly. I had an issue with stickers, but I got them now. They should be shipping out soon. And you can check all that out through coldbeer.fund. All these links I talk about are all on one website, coldbeer.fund. So you can find all my social media links, all the ways to donate, join Patreon, all that stuff. Here, this little yellow one is a way to donate quietly, secretly, if you don't want your name on screen or don't want to interrupt the show. This is the button for merch. This is the button to come back to the video. Everything can be found here. When I'm live, if you click this video, it literally brings you to the live video. It brings it to you on Twitch, but there's also links for all the other ones. So everything that I have, I put on one website, and this is about to be expanded a little bit. So I think I'm going to bring Patreon in-house and stop using patreon.com. We'll probably still call it Patreon, or I don't know, something like that. But I think I'm going to bring it in-house and host my own videos in my own chat. That way we won't be limited by bans. We won't be limited by what you can and can't say, what you can and can't cover. And I think that'll be pretty neat. Either way, we can go ahead and get started. I'm fixing to go into Jervis mode, so I better get on my glasses. The devil's grandson. So people have been sending me clips of KathyH. She lives in this like fairy world, man. Like, I don't know where she gets it from. I have no idea where she gets this stuff from, but she's made up that I doxed her, that I threatened her, that I've attacked her, that I've called her, that I've recorded her, that all this stuff. I don't know. It's wild. And I've never addressed this lady in person except for one time. One time I went on a panel. So you know how a couple people bitch and they're like, why are you showing these drunk people nobody knows? I want to see more feel. Well, that's where I met KathyH. One guy on there threatened to, this is an exact quote, that he was going to burn my house, that he was going to come find me in Tennessee, take me out, chain my door shut, and burn my house down with my wife and kids inside so I could watch it. All because someone else made fun of him. It was wild. What's up, Rob P? It was wild. So I went on there basically to call him out. Like, I don't make threats. I don't do things. I didn't have nothing to do with this person making fun of you. I didn't do anything. And she was on there, and she tried to start talking in the middle of it, and I told her to shut her fucking mouth. She wasn't allowed to talk to me. And she did, almost instantly. And then when I left, she made threats about shooting me and how she's a good shot and how she's got a scope on her gun. Just all kinds of, like, they're the people who make all the threats. And then they accuse me of this stuff. Like, they make all kinds of literal death threats. And then I make jokes, and they're like, oh, he threatened me. He doxed me. He did this. He showed up in my house. So people had been sending me these today from a couple different people. There's a few different links. So let me go grab some of these, and we'll do some dramatic reading. What do you think? I probably still have that clip where I went on there to address Rhino, and she tried to hop in or whatever. Anyways, I posted some of these. Somebody sent them to me, and then I reposted them. But let's see what happens. So this is KathyH over in the private chat, okay? pg.live/private. So she starts off and says, so when I tell people to stay off his pages or at least don't chat so he sees you, I'm not joking. The recent rash of death threats and hacking of Chip Littner's page was fun too. Now, I had nothing to do with Chip. I don't know Chip. I've never spoke to Chip, as far as I know, unless he was acting to be, pretending to be someone else, or I just didn't know he was in a room. I don't even think I've ever spoke to Chip at all. Maybe if he was on a voice chat and I didn't know who he was or didn't see the name, I don't know. Or he would have to be pretending to be somebody else. I've never spoken to him, even if I was pretending to be somebody else. Never have I spoke to Chip. She then follows up with, or someone asks her, can you explain more about this? I haven't seen what you've said earlier. And she goes on to say, I was asked by Steve Phelps if I was the famous KathyH from Will Bird's page. I said yes and explained I have been recorded. That's a lie. The only time I've ever had a recording of KathyH is when she recorded it herself and sent it out, calling Liberty Warriors Melaleuca scheme a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme made to make himself and his family wealthy. I have been recorded, called, that's a lie, I've never called KathyH. Emailed, I've never emailed her. Harassed, well, if I haven't called or recorded or emailed her, I probably haven't harassed you. And even had one of his trolls show up on my doorstep. Now, we've reviewed this story before. This is the story about where she has to get Betsy out of the bedroom drawer. We all know that that's a lie. It's the dumbest story. Like, the police were somehow there at the same time. Like, they had like a 5-second response time, and her neighbor come charging in the back door because he's a deputy. Like, all that's a fucking lie. He didn't like the reception and the escort out of my county. Again, I think KathyH was probably alluding to the fact that he may be, how do I say this, politically correct, black. You know what I mean? Black. She doesn't like black people. She doesn't want them. Not in my county. Not in my county. Oh, by the way, I forgot. There was a couple of dono clips that come in that I promised to play. One of them was during the gaming channel while we were playing Harry Potter, but it was just funny, so I'm going to play it. Hold on just a second. This is from Ramesh, enemy of the stream.
Will Bird, this is Ramesh. Be careful with your magic wand. You're going to poke somebody's eye out with that thing.
There you go. Be careful with the magic wand. It could poke somebody's eye out. That was while we were playing Hogwarts Legacy. And then Straight Runner did one. I don't even know if he knew that we were playing video games at the time. I think he just did it for the next show, maybe. But here it is. Straight Runner's done a bunch. Thank you very much for the donation and support. I'll make them free tonight if I can remember, and that way everybody can try it out before they have to pay the donation fee to do it.
I put the level on the tray and it's level. I print all these documents off because I'm afraid they're going to take them off the internet. Don't worry, I'm not on a meth trip. Don't worry. I'm fine.
So if you're playing Guess the Grifter, that's Jason Q. He he took a level on a plane to prove that planes are level. He printed all the documents off the internet because he's afraid the CIA's taking them down. And don't worry, he's not on a meth trip. One more time. Kind of frantic.
I put the level on the tray and it's level. I print all these documents off because I'm afraid they're going to take them off the internet. Don't worry, I'm not on a meth trip. Don't worry. I'm fine.
Our boy Jason Q coming in strong. You can use Dono Clip by going to coldbeer.fun and clicking on the very top link here. It says shit post on stream with Dono. I think it's... if it keeps doing that, I'm going to turn it off. That's just my phone fucking charging. What the hell's it doing? Anyways, I think it's funny that they kind of know, like they made this image that says shit post on stream with Dono Clip. I think they kind of know, like most people, like shit post. That's like, it seems like it's made by people who actually use the internet rather than like a corporation. Then they say like shit post with us. because that's what most of this stuff is, just shit posting. All right, back to KathyH. We got the one that says, the stuff about escort out of my county. And then someone responds to her and says, whoa, that's a, damn it, stop it. Just charge, you piece of shit. Someone says, whoa, that's a story I want to hear. And that's getting on my nerves. I don't know if I can stop it or not. It says, whoa, that's a story I want to hear. Someone else responds, this is confusing to me. Who hacked Chip's channel? Someone says, I wonder if Pod Chip expected all this to turn out this way when he started playing his pops. Like the Pod Popper, but Pod Chip in Phil's groups. Did the Pod Popper Chip expect all of this to turn out this way when he started playing his pops in Phil's groups? So then KathyH comes back when someone said this is confusing. She says, Will Bird, he was using it to getting to Phil. What? So someone said, who hacked Chip's channel? And she said, Will Bird, he was using it to getting to Phil. He was using it to getting to Phil. But we will protect Phil here. Or at least I will. I know that the devil's grandson far too well. Again, I think she's drunk. I'm just going to be honest with you. So listen, I'm going to read it exactly how it's written. He was using it to getting to Phil. But we will protect Phil here. Or at least I will. I know that devil's grandson far too well. Again, the devil's grandson, Jervis. If you don't know, we're having some merch, Jervis, the devil's grandson merch made up. I don't know if I've told everybody yet, but it's coming. I got somebody working on it. I know that devil's grandson far too well. He's no one to mess with. Don't mess with me, guys. I'm telling you, I am Jervis, overlord of the internet. Overlord of the internet. Someone says, huh? Question mark. And then we get KathyH says, no idea. This is about was Chip saying all this from the beginning as part of a plan? He knew that he was going to do this. So he's been laying in wait for 2.5 years trying to get close to Phil so he could do this, is what they accused him of. And Kathy responds, no idea. I was on Chip's admin team for several weeks. Did anybody notice that? Last time, she was the head admin and had been there since Chip started the channel. Now she's saying she was an admin for several weeks. Chip's channel has been up for like 2 years. If she's been an admin for several weeks, she's probably the newest fucking admin. She's probably the newest admin. Someone says, I don't understand her strong connection to Phil. Sounds incestuous. It's creepy. Yeah, she does this. Like, she doesn't always do this, okay? But if someone shows her attention, if someone mentions her name or responds to her comments or, God forbid, lets her up on panel, she just starts, like, sucking them off like crazy. So she used to hate Liberty Warrior, called him said he had a Ponzi or pyramid scheme, said he was trying to make himself rich, said it was his sister was helping him. It wasn't his sister, just some lady from his channel. A bunch of things like that. Ends up that he makes her moderator after he runs everybody else off, and now she loves him and defends him and shares his link everywhere. Travis has been caught several times talking shit about her. Especially when he had that girlfriend on day 16 or whatever. Especially when he had that girlfriend, or she was a married woman, but they were doing something. I don't know. But when that was all going on, they talked mad shit about Kathy. But here she come running back as soon as there was a spot open on the panel. She like gets way too involved, way too connected. People try to do that with me online, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of weird. Like you don't really know me. And I know you think you know me because we have this few hours a night together every night, but You got to protect yourself as much as I got to protect myself. So you probably should be asking me fucking life advice, and I probably shouldn't be giving it to you. We probably shouldn't be like meeting in public and hanging out. Like, there's just an internet person will always be an internet person. Speaking of, I personally saw someone getting scammed. I personally saw someone getting scammed in Walgreens the other day, and I tried to help this dude. He had a veteran hat on. I don't know if he was or not, but he was old enough to be a veteran. He was probably up in his 80s on a cane, and I had to go to Walgreens to buy some medical supplies for my dad's wound care. And I was at Walgreens getting my stuff, and I heard somebody shouting, but it was like a frail voice. It was the old man. And basically, he was there trying to buy. No legitimate company will ever ask you to pay them in gift cards. They'll ask you for cash, check, cashier's check, bank transfer. Never are they going to ask you to pay in fucking gift cards, guys. I know that sounds silly to even say, but it is. People believe it. So he was arguing with the manager. I only had like 3 or 4 things, and I was headed to the front. And he was arguing with the manager at the store, and the manager said, "Look, sir, like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to." The old man was mad. He's like, "I'm not trying to be mean, and I don't want to get you upset, but you've been in here 3 times today. The first 2 times I sold you $200 worth of gift cards after I told you this was probably a scam. This is the 3rd time that you've been in here, and I told you, you told me last time it was the last time you didn't need any more. And I'm telling you this time, I'm not selling them to you. I don't feel comfortable selling. Now, he probably went somewhere else and they did sell them to him, people who don't care. But this would have been $600 worth of gift cards. And the guy got mad, and he's like, "But the IRS said," and the guy said, "It's not the IRS, sir. It's not the IRS. The IRS doesn't take gift cards." And the old man said, "Whatever," and went out. So I only had like 2 items. 2 items, I think. No, I had a drink. I had 3 items. So I threw him up there and went to check out right quick. But I think his ride, there was like a van parked right in front of the door. And either he was driving it, or I thought I saw somebody driving it for him. He must have got away quick. I went out in the parking lot and looked for him. That must have been his car, that minivan, because I didn't find him. So I checked out. Like, as soon as he was going out the door, I was throwing my stuff on the counter to check out. But I couldn't catch him. I just wanted to try to explain to him, or at least maybe even speak to the people he's been talking to on the phone, because he said they called him. And he literally had the phone there with the phone call open, but he wasn't like talking on it. He was holding his phone. It's like a flip phone. That's just shit's sad, man. And it fools a lot of people. I was telling the guy at the post, I had to go mail a package to one of our viewers. I was telling the guy at the post office about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that happens all the time." He's like, somebody came down here and sent, he's like, this guy kept coming in here. He come in here like 3 times and sent direct mail packages, first class with signature, without signature. And it was like these big envelopes, and I could kind of tell there was cash in there. And I questioned him a couple times about what was it. Was he all right? Did he know what he was doing? And he said we sent the last one. It was like a second time. Second time we sent the second one. And about 2 hours later, his son came in and said, did my dad come down here and send some direct mail? And gave him his name and blah, blah, blah. And he just happened to still be working. He's like, "Yeah, he did." And the guy said, "Is there any way we can stop it?" And he said, "Yeah, it doesn't go out till 4. So they went and got the mail, which he had to go get his dad and bring him back. And against his dad's wishes, like arguing. They get mad. The people honestly think that you're going to get them in trouble. So they get mad when you won't mail their stuff or send them gift or let them buy gift cards or whatever. It's understandable, but it's easy. It's as easily escalated. So the son came in or whatever, and they brought the dad in and got him finally to agree to let him see the package. And there was $10,000 cash in there. And he had sent one the day before and refused to tell him how much was in it. So what they had told this old man at the post office scheme with cash was that he had won a brand new car in Texas, and all he had to do, it's definitely on your end, all he had to do was pay the taxes off. But don't tell your family It's going to be a big surprise. Don't tell none of your family that you have to pay these taxes or whatever. We'll surprise your family. Couldn't your family use a new car? Wouldn't it be nice if it was a surprise? And that was a second letter. So he may have mailed 20,000. Usually they get you for like 500 for like they'll call it a paperwork or processing fee. And then if you do the 500, then it'll be a bigger one, like the 10,000. Say this is taxes, or whatever. That shit was crazy. He pulled $10,000 out of his account and did it. Luckily, his son caught it. The mailman, the guy, he was not a mailman. He works at the post office. He also told me that when he worked up in Virginia, about every 3 or 4 days, there would be women come in to mail fucking burner phones to Africa. And they'd always ask him, like, who are you mailing these phones to? Oh, we got to mail them to a friend. They're like, you got friends in Africa? Who? The general of Africa needed them to mail some burner phones overseas and calling cards. Shit's crazy, man. But people fall for it all the time. Amazon refund scheme. I see it about every day at work. Dude, I don't know how I got on a list, but I probably have like 10 emails for different channels and businesses I used to have or still currently have. I have a bunch of emails. Somehow, I got hung up on some type of email mail list or whatever, where I always get these emails. Like, I shop at Walgreens and Walmart and Amazon. I'll get emails that say, oh, your refund's been processed. Oh, your payment didn't go through. Oh, you've been selected for a customer survey or blah, blah, blah. And they always want me to send them information so they can send me my prize or my money or whatever. Like, that's just recently, like in the last month or so, I've gotten on that list on one of my emails, on one of my email addresses, and it comes like crazy. All right, let's see if we can finish this without getting sidetracked again. I apologize. It happens. I played some alerts, but I didn't play these. Let's play these. Or not. Maybe they won't play. Who knows? 27 minutes ago. Okay.
Kicking It 12 just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you very much. That one's from 21 hours ago, so that's not one.
Kicking It 12 just resubscribed for 2 months.
Maybe they're going to keep playing now. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for the resubscription, Kicking It 12. And for the person who said that I helped them with some comic relief, I appreciate that as well. All right. So she was Chip's admin for several weeks, which is a lie, or one of them's a lie. She used to say that she had been Chip's admin since he started it. Now it's for several weeks. Then we get, we cleared out, PCH does the same thing. They tell you to get certified to call a New York number, blah, blah, blah. Oh, really? Publishers Clearinghouse? I didn't even know that. My dad won, I know we're getting sidetracked again. My dad won a brand new truck off the TV one time. And he thought it was him and mom thought it was a scam so much, and mom kept hanging up on him so much when they were trying to call and award him his prize. They thought it was either like the number was a bill collector or it was a scam or whatever. We grew up in a house where everybody had medical bills and debt, so we didn't answer bill collectors. But that's part of growing up not wealthy, I guess. But anyways, finally the lady on the phone said, "Mrs. Bird, I desperately need to get in contact with your husband. He's about to lose this, this windfall. I promise I'm not scamming you. I cannot talk to you about it." She kept hanging up on her. "I cannot talk to you about it, but please, please, please give me your husband's work phone number." And mom finally did, and he had won a truck. Like legit, not getting scammed, not nothing. It was a brand. Well, actually, they used a fake family to represent him and us as the giveaway winners, and gave them the truck that he was supposed to win. And they sent him over to the dealership, and he could pick out of, there was 4 vehicles. There was like a brand new Tahoe, a brand new pickup truck, a Corvette, or there's a Tahoe, a pickup truck, a Corvette, and something else. And he picked out like a loaded ass fucking pickup truck. This is back in, I graduated in 2007. This is probably back around 2000 or something. He won a brand new pickup truck off the TV. No idea. I was on Chip's admin team for several weeks. We cleared out the trolls that were interfering with the page, and I think I know how the hack was accomplished. But I'm keeping that to myself, as someone here is a bird supporter. What? What? So she claims that they cleaned out all the trolls on Chip's channel within the few weeks, several weeks that she was an admin there. We cleared out all the trolls that were interfering with the page, and I think I know how the hack was accomplished. I'm keeping that to myself, though, as someone here is a bird supporter. Now, we're going to get more clues to how she thinks I hacked this, okay? We're going to get more clues. We just got to stick with it for a little bit. She can't help but make up this story. Like, if you're going to lie, this is the problem with people who lie too often. When they lie and it goes through over something simple, they get some type of momentum build up, or they think that they can pass off other lies. They think that no one can catch them. They can't be busted. And their lies get bigger and bigger and bigger and less logical, honestly. Like, they keep lying about dumber and dumber things, and eventually someone's going to come along who hasn't heard their first 500, like Phil. When he first started lying about, oh, I was around the Q drops when it first happened, no one probably questioned that. And he probably walked them right into he's Q. But now, 2 years later or a year later, when he says that Mike Flynn works for him, people are like, what the fuck? But not his loyal people that he's walked bite by bite and step by step all the way from I know nothing about Q to Mike Flynn works for me. Okay. Someone responds and says, I thought you was talking about Phil. That's a relief. Will Bird is a creepy. Will Bird is a creepy. Do I look creepy to you guys? Do I look like a creepy? Like if creepy was a noun? Like if you looked up a creepy in the dictionary, you think it would show me peeping through your window? I mean, I'll wear it with honor if that's me. Fuck. We do role playing like that all the time. Ryan makes me break into the camper. She has me put a stocking over my head, mash my nose up. You know. But if that's what it is, I'll be a creepy. Anyways, KathyH, they responded to KathyH, and it says, they continue and say, I used to like Chip. He got so negative, so I left. Do you think they hacked his channel? Do you think they hacked his channel? One time she had me come in through the skylight in the, you know how campers have those like pop-up vents on top, and I got stuck halfway through. So we had to finish with just my bottom inside, but my face, my arms, my shoulders was out so everybody could see what was going on. You haven't lived until you've got a hanging from your arms, BJ. But it happens. Somehow she got in a position. I don't know if she tied her ankles up or what. Somehow she got in position. You just had to be there. She then goes on to say, KathyH responds, dangerous, more like it. My caution is to never chat if you have to see what he is doing. So she's talking about me. You can never chat, okay? Never chat. Just go over there and watch my channel, but never chat. Then she says, so apparently you don't want to engage with me. That has something to do with the great hackening. Then she says, the threats people have had are serious. I'll do my part by pleading with people here. And here we get our next thing. How do I hack people? Do not share any links off CBC pages, please. Do not share any links off CBC pages. So she said this before. Maybe a creeper. $5 from South of VA. Thank you very much for the donation.
7 has donated $5 and says maybe a creeper.
Maybe a creeper. A little bit. I could see it. especially when my mustache is all scraggly and messed up. I could see it happening. No problem. I could do maybe a creeper, I guess. Thank you for the donation and support. I appreciate it. So, she's told people before that there was some link that I created that had something to do with like Phil being close to Trump or working for Trump. And it looked like that, but when you shared it, it called Filipino. Now, there's actually a voice recording of this. Let me see if I can find it. There's a voice recording of this claims. I think this is it. I can't hear this. I got to get to where I can hear it. Let me go to Wavelink. Sorry, I apologize. Stream Deck busted the thing to where I can't hear it. I know you can't hear it right now, but I need to hear it as well. Let me see. Let's see if I can hear it first. Okay, I can hear it, so I think you guys should be able to hear it. Let me turn up the audio. We're trying to figure out how she thinks I hack people. She thinks I hack people by posting links that look good, but then when they share them, they're actually something else, and that allows me to hack your phone. Here we go.
I'm going to put this out here in voice as well as in chat, in a text message. If you have filled out that letter to Donald Trump, do not share it. When it goes live on Truth Social, there is a screen across the front of it that says, Phil Godlowski is a pedophile.
What?
Please don't share that thing. That site that you got it from may likely be the one that was infiltrated and hacked over the weekend.
Okay.
Do not comment on anything but ChitLitFam17 chat. This is the only chat you are safe on until we can be sure we've gotten rid of all the trolls. The man that did this is what I call the devil's grandson, for a reason. Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way.
Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his fucking way, okay? Now, why did she say that? Well, this never happened as far as I can find. There were people that were sharing stuff about Phil, and there were people that were sharing stuff about that letter. But I even went as far as to find that link and share that link to Truth Social to see what it showed, and it just showed the link. I mean, like, I can't retroactively change a link. Like, you can't share a link from a website that I don't fucking own. It was like a, it wasn't like .gov, but it was like a petition website to send a letter to Trump, and basically it said, like, move now, the White Hats are ready. You know, it's a crazy people letter. And she claims that I must have hacked that site, changed the links, make it appear that you sent a letter to Trump, while also, if you share it so more people send a letter to Trump, it pops up that Phil Godlowski is a pedo. But I didn't do any of that. I don't know what she's even talking about. But it did lead to some amazing voice clips like this. Damn it, you better stop it. Like this totally unedited voice clip here.
Do not share it. Phil Godlowski is a pedophile.
Oh, no.
Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way. Please.
Totally unedited. Do not share it. Phil Godlowski is a... Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way. The sea hag speaketh.
Do not share it. Phil Godlowski is a pedophile. Don't tangle with him. Just get out of his way. Please don't share that thing. Do not comment on anything. This is the only chat you are safe on until we can be sure we've gotten rid of all the trolls. The man that did this is what I call the devil's grandson for a reason.
Oh, there we go. Now we know. That was totally unedited. Totally. If you want to hear let me see if I can actually find this. Hold on just a second. I just thought about this. What was the name of that? Oh, this one. And then I want to go to Sent. Here is the one where she called out Liberty Warrior. Now, I swear this one is not edited in any way, shape, or form. This is when she attended a Melaleuca insiders meeting, and she ended up listening to Mike Poff, who is Liberty Warrior Nation, his pitch for the Melaleuca thing. And he used to have an admin that was really close to, I don't know where she went or if she's still around, but her name was Tara. She was on it as well. Here that is.
I'm just too flippin' tired to type. Let me put this in voice message. I was part of the initial Zoom meeting for Liberty Warrior Nation's new Patriot Purchasing Program.
I was adopted, Kev.
And their new purchasing program is how to feed Mike P more income. It's a company called Melaleuca or something. I'll have to look it up and give you the link to it. It can be done without being part of Mike P's thing, but his admin, Tara, is the one that's doing this, and I think she's related. So it seems that this is a continuous family affair. This purchasing system seems to be what I would call either a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme, but I can't decide which. But I'm looking into it.
Now, that got her in some hot water with the group she was running with at the time. So she went and convinced everybody that I edited that somehow I just found her saying pyramid, Ponzi scheme,
because I'm a
Puff, Tara, all these things. Kicking it 12, bought you 5 6-packs. Love your show. Your realness, your quick wit, and your contagious laugh are addicting. Thank you very much, Kicking It. I appreciate the donation and support. So I found her saying all these things about Melaleuca, how to sign up, about Mike Poff and his pitch, about Tara, about pyramid, about Ponzi, and somehow edited that all together. Turns out she actually just posted this herself in a private group that she had somebody in that really didn't like her, that had flipped, that had become friends with us, and leaked that to me. And I even sent it to Liberty Warrior. I even sent it for a little Liberty Warrior. Of course, he didn't even open mine, but I know that other people sent it to Liberty Warrior. Like, hey, KathyH is your #1 mod, right? Well, here she is calling you a grifter, saying you run a pyramid Ponzi scheme, that this is another example of a Mike Poff get rich scheme. And he doesn't give a fuck. As long as he's getting money, that's all he needs. His brother comes in here and watches the show sometimes. His brother's even disputed the lies that he tells. Let's see. So she thinks I hack pages by sending you links. Do not click on the links. Obviously, I'm not. She says, do not share any links off CBC pages, please. Someone responds and says, not me. I don't like that meathead. So clearly she's got it wrong, but I'm sure somebody will correct her. It's not meathead. The person says, I am pro Phil for life. Fire. And then the fire emoji. And she spells for PH. I am Phil for life. Pro Phil for life. PHOR. Kathy comes back and says, we are 90% certain. So they're talking about, was Chip hacked? We are 90% certain. But this page was okay until I was called out. CBC harassed me for months. Please show me those videos, the harassing for months. And still does, because he can. I'm just reading your messages. How is this harassing you? You're claiming that I doxed you. I sent somebody at your house. I've called you. I've sent you emails. I've made threats against people. But me reading you saying that is me harassing you. Got it. So someone asks, are we sure you got hacked? And she says all that. Then she follows up with, I'm one tough granny. No one messes with people I call family. So who is her family? Her wife, her kids, or I'm sorry, her husband, her kids, her grandkids. Nope, you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. That's family for normies, okay? When you're a feel for life-er, you got different families. So she says, everyone here, Phil, Carrie, and their children are family. Now we know no one messes with the people she calls family. So she'll just make up lies about you for some reason and act like she's taking me down. Got it. It's the person who said meathead. This is probably the funniest one I've seen. Let me open this. Can I save this? Which one is it? Is it this one? So one person calls me meathead. I've read that earlier, and I said, well, maybe somebody will correct her. The person who calls me meathead gets a correction. You want to know who corrected them? Guess who corrected them? The person who corrected the person who says meathead. The person who corrects the person who says meathead is none other than KathyH herself. In all her brilliance, all her stunning form, she comes back and says, Meat Hammer! Meat Hammer. Not meathead, Meat Hammer. And be very careful and read only. Thank you very much for correcting them, Kathy. I actually missed that. I'm glad you were able to correct them, because I don't know if I'd have been able to live with somebody thinking I was a meathead instead of a meat hammer. I appreciate that. Do not save. The Meat Hammer. Be very careful and read only. Now, of course, she was talking about our chat. That's why she said be very Meat Hammer Militia. The person responds and says, thank you for telling me that about the iHack chip. And then the person who said meathead says, I never venture to the Badlands. Lol. And he's a meathead to me. It is a meathead. It's flesh and has like a mushroom slope. I have no turtleneck, okay? I'm all cleaned up, ready to go. No turtleneck, no overhanging, no overbearing. It goes from what can possibly be described as a very light colored flesh. So you have the main ski slope, and then you have the back ridge, and then you have the primary shaft, the most extensive part. I'm a grower, not a shower. Is a light flesh colored in pink. But then right there is like the original scar tissue, and it's pretty dark there. I mean, honestly, you would think maybe I have some Dominican in me, or something a little south of the border. I tell Mariah that's the spicy part, because every time she gets down to that part, her eyes water. So it must be spicy, I guess. No moles, clean of moles, but it must be the spicy part. A little... Oh, a little spicy down on that part. So, there you go. But it is a meathead. It's a meat everything, I guess. A meat everything. I have a wide range of colors. It's actually creepy how varied the colors are. Like very, very light, very, very dark, and it splits right there at the show place, if you know what I mean. Someone responds, which pages are those? When she says the dangerous pages. Kathy says, he has Telegram pages, and goes YouTube videos. Again, drunk. It is a little purple-headed. When it gets a little steam build up in her, and it's ready to be the little engine that could, it does start to turn some colors. It flares out. I think it's like a peacock. It's trying to present itself. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to make itself look better. Purple is the color of royalty, and it's like, here I am, King Dick. So yeah, it does have. Thank you for pointing that out. I guess I didn't say it. I am a grower, not a shower. It's not very impressive if it's not interested, but when it gets interested, it is a specimen to behold. Some people are showers and not growers, and even when they're not very interested, they've got a pretty good presentation. Mine could be like meh, either or. If it's not interested, once it's interested, you're like, oh goddamn, yes, that one. I've been window shopping all day, and that's the one I want. Slight curvature. She says he has Telegram pages and goes YouTube videos, for some reason, and goes YouTube videos where he attacks people who don't share his twisted version of the state of our republic. Now, what is my twisted version of the state of the republic? What did I twist the state of the republic to? Just normal. Like, basically, like what you see. Biden's the president. Kamala Harris the vice president. None of the politicians have been arrested and taken to Gitmo and executed. Trump is kind of shooting himself in the foot a little bit. A lot of the times, the IRS still exists. So does the Treasury. But you know what doesn't happen? I don't have to update my plan every time I get a new sponsor. So I'm not saying like the IRS doesn't exist and nobody should pay taxes because it goes straight to the cabal. Also, 6 months later, I've signed on with a team of attorneys who's going to get some money from the IRS for you. So I don't have to, I don't have to change my worldview every time I get a new sponsor. They're all the same. She says, I won't post them because I know how dangerous he is. She won't post my links or my Telegram or my YouTube channel because she knows how dangerous I am. I'm dangerous. I'm a wanted man. I'm probably the least dangerous. Usually when I'm subdued, I'm probably the least dangerous person to be around. I don't interact with nobody. I don't do anything. I don't speak to people. I just sit and watch and worry. Unless you come to cause me harm, then I'm pretty dangerous, I guess. I'm the last month. I'm sure she meant in the last month, but she said in the last month, quite a few people received threats. All I would ask is who and what proof. I haven't threatened anybody online ever. Ever. I've never said I'm coming to your house. I've never said I'm going to say anything to you. I've never said I'm going to show up one day. I've never said anything about burning your house down with your family inside of it. I've never sent anybody to your house. I've never sent you emails. I've never called you. I've never sent. The closest thing I've ever sent to a threat was an email one time I sent to Liberty Warrior. I said, look, I've made jokes. I've made fun. I've done this. But y'all are going down a dangerous path promoting Phil Godlewski. And you could choose that path, but I'm going to expose every fucking thing you do until the channel crumbles around you. And it has. Everybody's left him. He can't get a following. He's over on Frank's Speech with 8 people watching. He's on YouTube with 15 people watching. And he's praying for more viewers and more silver. So that was kind of a promise, I think. I'm the last month. Quite a few people received threats. He is best left to Phil's legal team and the proper authorities. Now, all of this is made up. Everybody who's ever said they called the police on me, it's been a fucking lie. I have been visited by federal agents. I've been visited by the Secret Service once, or a representative of the Secret Service, and I've been visited twice by the FBI. Well, I've been visited 3 times by the FBI, but one time was to give me information. Well, it was a phone call, wasn't a visit, I guess. So that don't count. Twice by the FBI for people reporting me, but it hasn't come from any of these people. It hasn't come from any of these people. I don't know who they're reporting me to, but they must not have a whole lot of friends in high places, because other people got the FBI on my doorstep in about an hour and a half from their local field office. So there you go. The person responds back, okay, thank you. Sorry it got nasty for you. Kathy says, Kathy likes it nasty, I think. Sorry it got nasty for you. Yeah. They don't call me the nasty Nana for nothing. Oh. KathyH says, thanks. I've been dealing with this guy for nearly 18 months. What's funny is, like, probably 80% of my audience, until about a month ago when I started sharing the crazy ramblings of KathyH, had no idea who she was. There's still people that have been watching for months that'll show up and say, who's this lady? What's KathyH? Who's that? Who is, blah, blah, blah. She's a psychopath. I'll find an old video with her in it and show it to you in a minute. She's a psychopath. But she claims that she's been dealing with this guy for nearly 18 months. Then she says, I've seen how dangerous he can be. She knows how dangerous I can be. She thinks she's hurting me in some way and building herself up in some other, like she's some type of internet granny warrior, granny princess warrior like Xena. But in actuality, she's just causing curiosity. People are like, oh my God, this guy, I got to see some of his stuff. He's making threats on, I got to see it. He's doing this. Even if they're saying, I got to go report this guy, they're still seeing my video. They're still seeing it. They still see the intro. They still stick around to the timer because it's intriguing. They see the audio spikes in the skull, and they're like, oh, man, this could be something. Maybe I should check it out. Like, they still see it. Either way. KathyH loves your dirty talk. She flicking the bean right now. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. There are then some other messages that come up, okay? So that was the KathyH section. Now, KathyH is going to be involved in this next section, but it gets a little sidetracked here, okay? Thanks to Jessa for sending these screenshots. We go to the next set of screenshots, and someone named Lisa, the Truther, says, so let me get this straight. Will Bird is talking about the same insurance Phil was talking about? Yes. Indian tribal insurance that has been banned by multiple states already, and probably more to come. It's tribal insurance, and the reason it's so cheap is, one, it doesn't cover hardly anything, so you better be the healthiest people in the world and never need any coverage. And two, it doesn't have to meet any of the federal requirements for the ACA. Now, several states are banning it because it's unfair competition for their regular insurance, blah, 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 right? And people are being fooled by it, thinking that it does meet the Affordable Care Act standards, which means like pre-existing conditions and you can't be kicked off for, having a claim, and, some of the good things that actually come out of the Affordable Care, the ACA. But people are being fooled into thinking this does comply, and it doesn't. It doesn't have to comply to those. It's not a fair market because they're selling you shit for a shitty price of $40-some a month or $300 a month if you have a family or whatever it is. But it doesn't meet the standards that a plan's supposed to. It doesn't meet U.S. standards because they're from sovereign nation soil, and it's kind of a loophole that they're even allowed to sell it to non-indigenous people. They're using the basically this thing that you sign up for to rebuild their reservations, support and rebuild their reservations. Then they're able to offer it to you as a consumer of the reservation product. Okay, they're using a loophole. Imagine if they just did online casinos and they said, well, the servers are in Indian territory, or if they just let's say they just went to your hometown and bought one building, declared it a reservation, and then put a casino in it and legalized gambling in that area. They're using a loophole much like that. Someone says, responds to something else, says that's a very good point. Someone responds to someone else about the sun, says ball of plasma. KathyH says, I've been adding friends and contacts too. Somebody says, how do you do that? Then we get to, I have a dear friend that I've known since childhood who was very close to Cappy. Cappy referred to him as Turtle. He says that he knows for a fact that Cappy is alive. So they're talking about Cappy being alive. Then KathyH comes in and says, you have to be forking kidding me. All capitalized. This whole message. You have to be forking kidding me. CBC is not safe to follow, people. Please do not go to his pages. So someone shared my link. She had a fucking meltdown. A fucking meltdown. She says, you have to be forking kidding me. He's not safe to follow. Please do not go to his pages. You will be hacked by sharing a link that he shared, and he will change the link to a hacking link. Okay? That's what she wants people to know. She tells people how to add friends to contacts. The person responds, oh, I didn't know that. Someone says, oh, Lord, where have I been? Thanks for the tips. Again, that's talking about her comments. Then Carrie shows up. Carrie who? Carrie SnaggleToof Godlowski. Carrie SnaggleToof Godlowski. The bride-to-be shows up in the chat. And this is the claim she makes. I am sorry. Yeah, okay. I could agree with that first part. If she just put a period after that, I am sorry. I would have been like, okay, I got it. I got you. I am sorry. But CBC has done many horrible lives on Phil. Now, I don't know if I've ever done a horrible live on Phil. I've read police statements. I've read arrest records. I've read, court documents. Apparently one-sided court documents. That's Phil's new thing. One-sided court documents are now a thing. So I've read court documents. I've read witness statements. I've gone over his insurance plan. I've disproven him thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. I've called out all of his lies. I don't know that I've done a horrible live stream. Like I've never said he's a horrible person or he did this horrible act that I can't back up or prove. But apparently I've done many horrible live streams. I wish I'd stop beeping. That's getting on my nerves. God damn it. Stop it. I'm just trying to charge my phone to the computer, but it thinks I'm trying to add it as another display. Anyways, it may stop now. Has done many horrible lives on Phil, and me included in that. And Carrie included in that. It's only horrible if you worship Phil and think he can do no wrong. To everybody else, it's funny that he says he has a techie friend who built a dark web only computer, that's all that it goes to, and he keeps it off site not to compromise his MacBook. And he also claims to be Edward Snowden. It's not horrible. That's just the truth. It's honesty. I am sorry. But CBC has done many horrible lives on Phil, and me included in that. Then she continues to say, please do not spread around for people to watch his lives. So someone said, watch CBC. This insurance is not good. Carrie panics. She sees dollar signs. And now I think Carrie